The hidden engineering behind gas stations. An epic journey of innovation, risk, and the quest for everyday convenience. It's the year 1913. You're cruising along in your shiny new Ford Model T, the roof is down. The sun is warm and everything feels perfect until you notice the gas gauge. You're running low. Fortunately, something revolutionary has just appeared. The world's first gas station, and it's right around the corner. You pull in. Within seconds, your tank is full. At the time, this concept was radically new, but it planted a seed that would reshape the world forever. As cars exploded in popularity, so did gas stations. Soon over 150,000 were scattered across the US, unlocking a new level of freedom for millions. But the journey from risky roadside fire traps to today's sleek, ultra-efficient fuel hubs wasn't easy. Today, gas stations pump out over 3 billion gallons of fuel across the globe every single day. We modeled one from the inside out to reveal the hidden engineering that powers them, how they evolved over a century, and the brilliant mechanisms that make them so reliable. Before the gas station, a different kind of fuel. Let's rewind to a time before gas stations even existed. Back then, cars were rare. But kerosene was common. It powered lamps and stoves. People would visit hardware stores, where an employee manually poured kerosene into a metal can for them to carry home. When cars arrived, drivers used these same cans, pouring fuel into the tank through a funnel. It was slow, messy, and dangerous. Enter Sylvanus Bowser, an American inventor. In response, he created the first fuel pump, a hand-operated device that pulled kerosene through a one-way valve and out of a nozzle. One crank equaled 1 gallon. These early pumps were installed along city streets, attended by staff who filled tanks for customers. But there was a problem. No one could verify how much fuel they were actually getting. So the visible fuel pump was born. Visible fuel pumps, transparency built in. The new design featured a glass tank on top of the pump. Fuel was hand-pumped into the tank first, where it could be clearly measured. Then, gravity would draw the precise amount down into the car. It worked well in a world where there were just 8,000 cars in 1900. But by 1912, there were over 1.2 million. Streets were clogged with traffic, and the tiny curbside pumps with their 50-gallon tanks couldn't keep up. Worse still, above-ground fuel storage was a massive fire hazard. The first true gas station. In 1913, Gulf Oil opened the first purpose-built gas station in Pittsburgh. Instead of one pump, it featured 6, all fed from a large underground tank. On day one, it sold just 30 gallons. But by the end of the week, over 350 gallons a day at just 27 cents per gallon. It was a huge success, and a new era began. Cars now ran on gasoline, not kerosene. It was more efficient, but also far more dangerous. The hidden danger. Gasoline vapor. Here's the problem. Kerosene doesn't emit flammable vapor until it hits 38 degrees Celsius. Gasoline? It starts evaporating at minus 40 degrees Celsius. That means flammable fumes were constantly leaking from storage tanks and nozzles. Even a single spark during refueling could result in tragedy. Sponsored segment, My Heritage. Just like uncovering the story of gas stations, you can explore your own family's hidden history with My Heritage. It's an online genealogy platform that lets you test your DNA build, a family tree, and unlock powerful ancestral insights using over 33 billion historical records. We discovered James Higgins Lang, a young footballer born in the 1800s who fought and tragically died in World War I. His story and those of his brothers came to life through MyHeritage's tools and records. Even better, their eye technology lets you restore, colorize, and animate old family photos, bringing your history to life like never before. Start uncovering your past with 14 days free using the link in the description. Self-service revolution, back to gas stations. To make them safer and cheaper, big engineering changes were needed. Until 1947, only trained attendants were allowed to pump gas. But a man named Frank Ulrich changed that by opening the first self-service gas station. Without staff, he slashed prices from 23 to just 18 per gallon. It was genius but risky. Most people didn't know when their tank was full, and gas would often spill everywhere. So engineers created the automatic shut-off nozzle. How the automatic shutoff works. Inside each nozzle is a mechanical float. As fuel flows, a low-pressure zone is created, thanks to the Venturi effect, pulling air into a sealed chamber. Once the car tank fills, fuel blocks the airflow, creating a vacuum. That vacuum lifts a diaphragm, releasing a set of ball bearings that trigger the lever to shut off the flow automatically and instantly. The final challenge: vapor and corrosion. Even with these advances, underground storage posed another threat. Vapor buildup inside tanks and corrosion of steel walls that could leak gas into the soil. Today, modern tanks are made of fiberglass, equipped with advanced safety features. A flapper valve inside stops fuel from overfilling. A second valve captures vapor, returning it to the delivery truck. That vapor is then processed back into usable fuel. Inside the modern gas stations. When you fill your car today, here's what really happens. A pump inside the underground tank pushes gas up a system of pipes. The gas passes through filters and into the nozzle. Inside that nozzle is a precise dance of valves, tubes, air channels, and safety mechanisms, all engineered to ensure safe, spill-free fueling. A century of innovation. Since the 1970s, cars have become more efficient, reducing the need for frequent fill-ups. As a result, the number of gas stations has declined. But thanks to over 100 years of relentless innovation, gas stations are no longer dangerous, mysterious, or unreliable. They're quiet, safe, and taken for granted, exactly as they were designed to be. Thanks to MyHeritage for supporting this video. Use the link in the description to try it out for free for 14 days. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.